one team, it is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. It's the LSU Tigers and the Texas Longhorns. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sideline, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. He loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Longhorns ready to put toe to toe, and here we go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Tigers offense will have the first possession of the game. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Quick give. It's Berry.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Looking to pass. It's Lemon. He wants to take the top off. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
LSU right back to the line.
If you're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race, you've got to win games and you've got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation in passing yardage, and he's the biggest reason why they've been winning.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season, like spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
Quarterback keep. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. He'll keep it again on the option. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Tells the play fake. Wants to throw on first down. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Breaks the tackle. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on third down. The give to the back. He is stopped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and an interesting call here on fourth down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about. That kicker took a nasty-looking shot, and that personal foul goes against the defense. The Tigers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Straight ahead, it's Berry. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he's in! Touchdown, Tigers!
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive, and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
On the run, it's Watt. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Making the adjustment. From the gun, it's Watt. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Manning. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. LSU quick to the line.
And this guy has been putting up huge video game type stat numbers each and every week. Threw for over 300 yards last week. He's putting up another monster game today. Late in the year when you know Heisman voters are watching, this guy wants to bring the Heisman Trophy home.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Now the toss. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. The play fake. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through one quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's cut.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And it's good from 58 yards out.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. To the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They give it to him again. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On the run, it's blocked. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Here's Manning to throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Hits inside. It's Watt. Oh, he's got some space. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Bevo is a ground-based animal, and he has to like what he's seeing right now from this running game.
Yeah, the beef up front doing their job, creating some holes, making some alleys, get those running backs. I think Texas, when you can pound the rock and you can use your big guys up front, you can win a lot of football games.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Motion from the back. Arch Madness. Turns out it's Watt. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on 2nd down. Between the hashes, it's Watt.
This defense has owned the first half. They've given up some yards on this drive. Big third down coming. You've built a little bit of a lead. Try to force the field goal. Don't give up the big play here, and you've had a great first half.
Hart's going to spin it again. Makes the grab. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. The Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Finding some room. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard opportunity to slice into this lead. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stopped him for no gain.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting him on the ground.
Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Touchdown, Longhorn! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it out. It's Durham. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to...
Trying to burn this defensive back. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. Back to pass, it's Levitt. He's got the tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This guy's in the Heisman picture because his stats are just ridiculous, and he threw for over 300 yards last game out. He's putting up another monster game here today, guys.
It's dropped after taking the hit.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Gonna look downfield again. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Longhorn. The defense does the work itself for the pick 6.
It's crazy in college football. There's just so many defining moments in games that you can hit. That's one right. Defense has the lead. You're trying to add to that here at the end of the first half. In a 2-minute situation, quarterback being way too aggressive, and that's a mistake, David. Taking a big 6 all the way to the house that could really end up costing.
And you talk about flipping a game really, really quickly. Look how bad it was looking. Now the defense gets right back in this football game. Being ready for the 2-minute drill, making a play, going down and scoring, and taking all the momentum into halftime.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Levin. Throws to the wideout. Gets a hand in there.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Throwing Manning. Pulls it in. It's Wingo. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. He's got the first down. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the number 16, the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's the Huskers with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. That victory closes the book on a 4-8 regular season, disappointing by any team standards. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back over to your game at DKR in Austin. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at DKR.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. LSU right back to the line.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very...
It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Here comes the Texas offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Arch is going to throw for it. Dumps it to the back. Finds his man. It's Maryland. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Moves the pocket. It's Manning. He finds a soft spot in the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got it. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll move the tight end. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Maryland. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. Quarterback changing the play. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on him. They get that turnover. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1. Gets him out to the 5. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Powers through the defender. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. LSU quick to the line. Quickly to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He takes it at the 45. And they'll stop him right there on the return. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Here's Arch to throw. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage.
Unleashes one deep. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. To throw, it's Manning. Rushes on. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Changing the routes with his receivers. Third down from the gun, Manning. He's going to let this one go deep. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. With the draw, it's Berry. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Hauls it in. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Tigers will hustle to the line.
And how about the year he's put together? I mean, he is in the top 10 in passing in college football, obviously. And obviously, we're talking about him for the Heisman. But just a guy you've been able to trust, a dynamic passer, throwing the football all over the yard. This team has been built on him, and he's had an unbelievable season.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Fake to the back, wants to throw it. They get to him, and down he goes, and that's the danger of trying to take a shot on second and short. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Levin. And here's the third interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. A big turnover here for the defense to end the quarter. Final game of the regular season, just waiting on this clock to run out. Let's check out the top 12 scoreboard right now. All of these teams fighting for playoff spots, and this is what you want to do when you're in the hunt. Finish a game like these guys have done. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Tight end now in motion. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. You get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And the point after is good. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, down here on the LSU sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Wide receiver going in motion. Sells the run, lost a pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Watkins. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. LSU right back to the line.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
And it's his 4th interception of the night. Taking it the other way. The 20. Past the 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Texas. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That adds their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football.
Snags it, and he's open. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. That last big play has them in position to threaten here. 1st and 10 from the 37.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a 1st down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They've got him corralled. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Churns into the pile. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Meadow on the end zone. He's got it. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few 1st downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
To throw, Manning. There he goes. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the 1st down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Look out! Had to throw it before he wanted. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions.
He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Longhorn. They've stretched out this lead. They're starting to smell their 11th win of the year.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that leg. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And he'll just take the knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Oh, pressure's coming. And they got it.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarter.
Makes a grab down the middle. Ripped off the huge chunk play all the way to the 31-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Turning it on. He's at the 10. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. Timeout called by LSU. That's their 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. LSU lining up 1st and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. Unleashes to the end zone. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive.
In this situation of the game, it's so hard for the offense to throw it because you're trailing by a lot, so the defense knows you're throwing it. They've got all these extra DBs out there, little fast guys that can break on the football. The windows are so small to throw into, and that's what happened on that last play. Nice job getting the INT.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Manning on play action. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. And the Longhorns come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. They send the tight end in motion. He breaks a tackle. He's past the sticks. Could be an alley. Inside. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. You want to see quick strike ability? It was epitomized there. 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown on the board. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a